guys, welcome back. So today in my video I will present my midterm project. So I wanted to talk about the chapter 1 and the chapter 4 in order to find the differences of the chapter and the reality. It's important to analyze what is the differences between what we learn in class and what is actually going on the workplace. So with my experience at Groupe P in the workplace and the theory that I learned in class of management, I am now able to see the utilization of the theory in a real life job. So concerning the chapter 1, I chose to talk about it because I see a lot of similarities in the theory than what I saw at Groupe P. The content of the chapter 1 is really what a job of manager is. So in this chapter, we learn to describe what is the job of manager, what were the 4 functions of the manager, the different kind of manager, the major role and sub-role that the managers perform in their job. Also, we saw exactly what the companies are looking for in managers, so we discussed the major error that managers make in their job, to finally see the process that the employees are going through when they are promoted to management. So to begin with the 4 functions of management, so the first one is planning, so determining goals and means to achieve. The second one is organizing, so decision making, so where, who will do which job, and who will work for whom. Thirdly, we'll see leading, so motivating workers to work hard and to achieve the goals. And lastly, controlling, so monitoring process into goals achievement, making corrective action. So if I compare all these steps in a real life situation, I would say that it's typically the same. So for example, when Jean-François, my manager at Groupe P, needed to explain the job and make sure that the employees the job was done, he passed through all these steps. So concerning the first step, he would explain what we would do, the deadlines, and what must be done in a primary order. Then the second step, he would divide the job by who would do what, with all their skills, and in what which person is good at. Thirdly, he would make sure that the employees is okay, that the job is going well, and make sure that the important stuff is done. So finally, the 4th step, he would take action if we have problems with one case, and he will bring me the help that I need if I have problems with one forger. After that, we have the 4 kinds of managers. So the top, the middle, the first line, and the team leader. So I think that is very accurate to reality, since I can relate Jean-François to one of this category. So the first one is the top, so it's including change, commitment, culture, and environment. The middle one is resource, objective, coordination, summit performance strategy. The third one is first line, so non-managerial, worker, supervision, teaching, training, scheduling, and facilitation. And lastly, the team leader is also facilitation, external relationship, and internal relationship. Earlier, I said that I would relate Jean-François to one of this category, but the interesting fact is that I learned by comparing the reality and the theory is that the good manager is not only one category. I would characterize Jean-François as one who prioritizes a good and healthy environment. He also has a lot of objectives that he can lead his team to accomplish concerning the company's goals. Also, when you have questions, he's there to bring you knowledge that you don't know, and he's training you in order to not make the same mistake again. Finally, the manager skills. To finish this chapter, I wanted to describe the manager skills, since it is really what I see in the job of Jean-François, and it is really a reflection of the theory. So the technical is applies specialized procedures, techniques, and knowledge required. Human is work well in group, equally important to all levels of management. And the last one is conceptual, so see the differences, the different part of the company affects each other's. Now, concerning the chapter 4, I wanted to take this chapter since I wanted to make sure to make in evidence the differences between reality and theory. In the first chapter, I had only similarities, but concerning the chapter 4, I saw a lot of different approach that was taught to us, and that was really different when I was faced to them in the real life job. So the topic of the chapter 4 is planning and decision making. So in this chapter, we learn how to discuss the benefits and pitfalls of plannings, to describe how to make a plan that works, to discuss how companies can use plans at all management levels, from bottom to top, to explain the steps and limits to rational decision making, and to explain how group decisions and group decisions making techniques can improve the decision making. So now, one of the approach is the nominal group technique. So here's one example of an activity decision making that a company can try with their employees in order to brainstorm a solution to a problem. So the steps are very easy. So during a quiet time, members write down problems and solutions possible. Then each member share one idea. Ideas are posted on a flip chart. The group discuss advantage and disadvantage of the idea. Then the idea are ranked, and at the end, the highest ranked idea is selected. Personally, I never participated to an activity of this genre, so I can conclude that it's not that it's a difference between what I learned in class and what is accurate to a real life job. Then the second one is the electronic brainstorming. So here is another decision-making activity that a company can try and that we saw in the theory. So I would be more interesting for one who loves more to work on computers, or the one who are shy to express their idea in front of others. So the steps are anonymously generate idea, then edit ideas, characterize them, and then eliminate redundancy. After that, rank the characterized idea in terms of quality. Then for the last step, we have generate actions, so then decide best order of accomplishing the steps. And finally, identify the responsible for each step. Once again, it is not an activity that I'm used at Groupe EP. For me, it is another differences. But it is an alternative that I will recommend since it is very appropriate for a shy person, and it looks like to be a group meeting that is not long, and I could save time in comparison of the other activity proposed. It would be something that Jean-François can easily adapt to his routine of solving problems. For now, his solution when he's faced to a problem is to meet everyone one after the other in order to give privacy and give the opportunity to employees to express themselves freely. Finally, here is one of my favorite ideas of a group meeting. So personally, I really like this one. It is one of that I learned in the theory of the book, and I think that a technique is very interesting for its productivity and the entertainment that it's produced. So it's called the 6-3-5 techniques. So basically there are 6 groups members. Each member needs to write down 3 ideas. Then they repeat it 5 times. So shortly it's equal to 108 ideas in a very short amount of time. So this concludes my midterm project concerning the differences and the similarities of the theory seen in class in a real-time job. Thank you.